Good afternoon. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday, May the 11th, 2015. Hard to believe we're almost at the halfway point of the month of May, but we is our 64th day together, starting our 14th week. Our show is brought to you by Bracket Asphalt Maintenance and Paving. Again, Center Street Wealth Management Group out of Kingspole, Tennessee. The buddy Greg Taylor, Bays Mountain Park. We'll hear from Rob later on today about the zip lines at Bays Mountain Park. Mike's Medicine Mart, Cherokee Barbershop, home of the Gator Man. He's going to play the trivia game here in the bottom of the hour, and actually a little bit later into the show, but doesn't matter when he's going to play, he's not going to get it. So, but anyway, it's brought to you by Gator and Cherokee Barbershop, Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway, American Import and Auto Repair, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Kingsport Cabinetry, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, Book Lovers Warehouse, and Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance with a thought for the day. And we're ready to go. Did you have a good Mother's Day weekend?
Well, Mama did.
Yeah, did Mrs. V have a good one?
She had a good one.
So she was pleased at what you guys did, you and Manchild?
I think so.
Thank you. Very good. She deserves it. She's a fantastic young lady, as you well know. You've been hitched to her how many years?
31.
31. You know better than I. She's a good lady. So, anyway, Mother's Day has come and gone. We are now ready to go for the next holiday, I guess, would be Memorial Day weekend, kicking off the holiday vacation season, and the first big holiday of the vacation season, I should say, in the spring and summer of 2015. Lots going on in the sporting world today. Goodness gracious. Got stuff everywhere. Of course, on the local scene, we got baseball and softball and some soccer tomorrow, but baseball and softball regional play today. We'll tell you all about that coming up here in a little while. The Gator Man's going to join us. Ryan Edwards, the head baseball coach of the Science Hill Hilltoppers, joins us in about 25 minutes, and we'll get a chance to talk to Coach Edwards. Also late in the show, our buddy Will Greybeal from Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park, Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse. All these folks are going to join us as we work our way through this Monday. Gosh, where do we start? I guess we started Saturday night. NASCAR, your man was there, Stuart Haas, for a while, but then he faded, and man brought home the checkers, Jimmy Johnson. As he has very much punched his ticket to the chase with 2 wins now. So he's in big time. So you told me what, you went to bed, didn't make it?
No, when they started that rain delay and it looked like it was going to be 11:30, 12 o'clock at the earliest before they finished that race, I said, nah, I'm done.
Gone.
It's not that important to me.
Yeah, but he's got 3 wins under his belt this season. He's won Atlanta, he's won Texas, and now Kansas. So every time he wins or somebody else becomes a duplicate winner, the stakes get higher for the rest of the drivers because there's so many slots you're going to be able to put in there for the chase of the championship. So, again, the first 3-time winner this season, Jimmy Johnson. Harvick's got a couple under his belt. Let's see. Logano wins Daytona. JJ wins Atlanta. Harvick back-to-back wins in Vegas and Phoenix. Keselowski wins California. Denny Hamlin brings home the checkers in Martinsville. Jimmy Johnson again in Texas. Matt Kenseth won up here in Bristol, again with the Food City 500. Kurt Busch following week got Richmond, Talladega last weekend, Junior, and now over the weekend Kansas was won, as we said, by Jimmy Johnson. They'll park him as far as the points race and head to Charlotte for the All-Star race weekend coming up on Saturday night at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So Jimmy Johnson with 3 under his belt, and the 6-time winner in great shape to be in the chase. In fact, he's in the chase now with 3 W's under his belt. All right, here are the standings after 11 events. Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Joey Logano Jr., the top 5. Then comes Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, Jamie McMurray, currently 8th, Jeff Gordon 9th, Casey Kane rounds out the top 10. Then you've got Eric Amarola, Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Clint Boyer snuck in there, and he snuck into the top 16, and Boyer having a pretty good last 3 or 4 races. Let's see where some of the notables finished up that did not do well. Denny Hamlin, 41st. It was in a wreck, of course. Eric Jones, driving for the injured Kyle Busch, had a pretty good run. Started 12th, finished 40th. Got in some late race problems, but Jones was challenging there for a while and really put on a show for this 18-year-old kid. He's pretty strong. Also, you had, Smoke, 39th. Not good. No,
not good.
Not good.
Started off real good. Then the rains came, and he just went.
Yeah. Qualified 16th and finishes 39th. Let's see who else did well or didn't do well. Danica finishing 27th. Our boyfriend finished 24th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Clint Boyer 21st. Carl Edwards got a top 20 finish. Was not what he wants. And so, again, the top 10 from the race on Saturday evening. Rain delayed for, at one point, well over an hour and almost 2 hours with the rain delay. Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick Jr., Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano, the top 5 in the race. Then comes Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Ryan Newman, the top 10. So starting to see just about the same drivers every week. I mean, you may have a variation here and there, but it's pretty much the same 10 or 12 guys up front every week in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. So what do you do if you're Tony Stewart? How do you get turned around? Because obviously he is struggling big time this season.
Well, I said this long ago. I said it first of the season before the season even started. His desire, of course, to race is still there, but he will be a much better owner than he is a driver right now. He needs to concentrate on managing those teams and making them the best that they can be. So
you think it's time for him to get out of the car and just be an owner?
Well, you know, he still wants another win. He still has something in him, but I still think he's not the same smoke as he was prior to the incidents he had last year and at the wreck, and then, of course, the incident on the track with the sprint car. So I think mentally he's not the driver he used to be, so he needs to step back, I think. That's just me. That's me.
2 out of the 4 drivers in your camp are in the top 16 right now.
They are.
Harvick on top, and then, of course, Kurt Busch is 14th.
If he would step out of that car and put somebody else in there and he could concentrate on that one team, make it even better, he'd have 3 in the top 10 right now.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No doubt about it.
Stewart, again, qualifies 16th, finishes 39th. That's Horace's boy, and so I don't know how he typically does in all-star races because that's where we're headed next. Back-to-back weeks in Charlotte with the all-star race this weekend. Then they come back and race the Coca-Cola 600 coming up in a couple of weeks. So back-to-back stops in Charlotte before they head off to Dover, Delaware to wrap up the month of May for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We thank you for being with us. Let's see. How'd your boy Tiger do at the Players? No.
He made the cut, but he didn't do very well. No.
Shot a 72, tied for 69th.
You got it.
His worst position ever in the TPC.
Yeah.
Lindsey Vohn's got him all tore up.
Well, I tell you,
he's all shook up.
He needs to give it up.
Yeah.
People are all on him. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. No, he's not.
He's not coming back?
No. Your boy Sergio had an outstanding Saturday and Sunday.
Gave him a hard run.
Forced a playoff.
He and Kevin, is it Kistner?
Kevin Kisner and Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, Ricky Fowler, 3-way fight, and Fowler wins it. Apparently he had quite the hubbub by his girlfriend Alexis coming out, and I guess she was his caddy. She's a model, and she, after he won, laid one on him out there in front of everybody, and she was running around in Daisy Duke cutoff shorts, which apparently is not protocol, and a little flimsy shirt, and got everybody tore up. And so I believe she was his caddy, or at least hanging with him. And so Alexis came out there and smooched him.
I'd say caddies have protocol. He had a caddy, but she was probably right there with him the whole 18 holes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, because they showed a picture of them smooching.
Yeah.
And let's just say they was going for the gusto there on the 18th. Leave it at that. Oh, all right, got you. Uh-huh. So anyway, he wins it. Sergio Garcia and Kisner. Is that how you say it, Kevin Kisner?
Kevin Kisner.
And Sergio Garcia in a 3-way playoff, and Ricky Fowler wins it in Florida. And Tiger, not good. Nowhere to be found.
Roy McIlroy tied for 8th.
Yeah, that's your guy, right?
Well, I mean, I like him. I didn't say he was my guy.
Oh. Which one's your guy? Which golfer's yours?
I don't have a golfer, Tom. I will say this, that Jordan Spieth didn't even make the cut. He won the Masters. Now, what's that got to say about the golfing world?
Yeah. So you don't have a favorite golfer per se?
Not necessarily. Because I'm not a golfer. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I follow it when, a couple of the major matches, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Sergio did pretty good. So did Kevin, but the guy that brought it home was Ricky Fowler winning the TPC. And I would think by winning the TPC, he is a rich Cowboys trying to see what kind of money the old boy brought. Oh, here it is, $1.8 million. No wonder she gave him a kiss.
Now, here. I mean, this is what's ridiculous about these golf matches. I don't know where the money comes from. Number one, okay. Mm-hmm. Here's a guy that tied for 30th. There looks like there's about 8 to 10 guys that tied for 30th place. Mm-hmm. Guy's name is Sang Moon Bay.
Oh, Sang Moon.
Sang Moon, and he brought home $58,125 for 4 days worth of work.
Can't beat that.
I mean, come on.
I'm looking on him to see Sang Moon Hoon.
Yeah, he's tied for 30th.
30th. Was he 6 off?
He was 4 under.
4 under.
So he was 12 off.
12 off. I don't even see him. I see Bo Van Pelt.
Well, I'm looking at the final results here.
You talking about TPC?
I'm talking players, the top, in the players match.
All right, Scott Brown, SBAE. I don't know if that's him. What?
You see Bo Van Pelt?
Yeah, Bo Van Pelt.
Okay, he was 2 guys ahead of him up on top, but they're tied for 30th.
Ian Poulter, Seahawk. Anyway, it'll make a difference. So the guy makes $58,000. What's his name again?
Sang Moon Bay.
Oh, it's okay. This just has S Bay. BAE. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There he is. Sang Moon Bay knocked out $58,000 for 3 or 4 days worth of work.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That worked.
I mean, come on.
They get him some Pop-Tarts and Beanie Weenies. That's good. By the way, hello to Swami. I saw Swami a while ago at the restaurant, and Swami is watching today and listening. So, hello, Swami. He just got married. Old Daniel, he's a good one, out of Johnson City, and gets his ears lowered down there with Cherokee. So, hello, Swami. We appreciate you very much. So, anyway, Ricky Fowler wins this thing. Now, don't cry too many crocodile tears for old Kistner and Sergio. They brought home in that playoff $880,000.
Yep.
Divide that by 4 days. What's that, $220 a day?
Well, yeah.
Now, how much does that Obama get? How much?
He'll
what do they
take
get
it all
now?
if they give it to him.
Gotcha. But, I mean, what's the tax? 40, 50%?
I'd say he's I'd say it's close to 40, 45%.
There you go. So he's somebody's but again, he's not out on the bread line. He's going to be okay. That's just
Rory brought home $270,000.
There you go. Rory Sabatini, if you care, most brought home $347,500. So TPC wrapping up in Florida, a $10 million purse. So a lot of money doled out to folks. So there you go.
And where's that money come from?
Sponsorship.
Man, that's I mean, we're in a wrong line of work, man. We got to figure out how to go.
We're going to go putt-putting. We're going. Apster's got us doing putt-putting in August. I don't think with that kind of money, but those guys are knocking it down. Oh, absolutely. Who was I talking to who said if it was a coach here in the area, basketball coach, said he had to do it all over again. He has a couple of kids. He said I'd have directed him right into golf because there's big bucks in golf. You're any good at it.
That's a lot safer than racing a car, too.
There you go. On the scoreboard from baseball yesterday, the Redlegs not well. They got beat by the White Sox, lost 2 out of 3. They're limp back home. Opening up a series tonight against the Bravos in Cincinnati. Who's on the hill tonight?
Boy, that's the
Mike Leake.
cellar dwellers series, isn't it?
Man. Reds 15-16, the Braves 14-17. Yeah. So now my man Lance at the church says you know that the Central Division, Cardinals are the runaways and the Milwaukee Brewers are the dogs and the Cubs, the Pirates, and the Reds is kind of in the middle, wannabes. I said, yeah, but they don't need to be wannabes. They need to be need-a-bees. I said, so we'll see. I still say that if Reds don't get a turnaround by the end of the month, they'll fire their coach, their manager. They got the Braves and the Giants in for 6 starting tonight. Washington beat Atlanta yesterday. Washington 5, Atlanta 4. Mets beat Philadelphia. Pirates over the Cardinals. Milwaukee beat the Cubbies. White Sox, we said, take 2 out of 3 from the Reds in Chicago. San Francisco beat Miami. Dodgers over Colorado. And Arizona defeats San Diego. The standings starting this week. In the Eastern Division, the Mets are 3.5 better than Washington. And the Central Cardinals, 6.5 better than the Cubbies. Still the best team in baseball. And in the Western Division, Dodgers have opened up a 4.5-game lead over San Diego. In the American League from yesterday, Yankees beat Baltimore. Boston over Toronto. Cleveland defeats Minnesota. Texas over Tampa Bay. Chicago beat Cincinnati. We told you that. Angels over Houston. And Seattle beat Oakland in Major League Baseball from yesterday and last night. In the American League, in the East, starting this week, Yankees 4 games better than Tampa Bay. And the Central, Kansas City, a half game better than Detroit. Good race there. And the West, Houston with a 5-game lead over the Los Angeles Angels. Series starting tonight, we told you, Atlanta in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh will be at Philadelphia. White Sox in Milwaukee. Mets at Chicago. Washington at Arizona. And the Marlins will be in L.A. to battle the Dodgers. In the American League, starting tonight, Boston will be on the left coast at Oakland. Kansas City at Texas. White Sox, we told you, Milwaukee. Yankees will be at Tampa Bay. And Toronto will be at Baltimore. And Dino's still down on AAA. He didn't get called back up. He's still there.
And still there.
Had his last outing. He got shelled a little bit, hit around pretty hard when he was in Buffalo last week. And his first pitching assignment in the AAA ranks. So struggling a little bit right now. Keeps talking about having a dead arm. I don't know what that means, but I guess this has no life into it. It's hard to – I don't know if he has – I don't know what a dead arm means to the pitcher, except it just the ball didn't go where he wants it to go, I guess. Can't control it. Texas Ranger outfielder Josh Hamilton going 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts. His rehab stint with the Texas Rangers, they sent him. He's playing in Nashville. The AAA Round Rock Express. Been working the Texas Rangers extended spring program since April. He joined Round Rock before Sunday's game in Nashville. Former Cy Young Award winner Barry Zito struck out Hamilton twice. Hamilton was pulled after 5 innings. So, you think this guy can bounce back? You think he'll get back to the bigs?
Yeah, I think he got there too fast.
Who, Hamilton?
That and Dino too.
Yeah.
I think they got there a little bit too fast, and they need a solid season at a AAA level to hone their skills. That's just me, and then go on up because Dino had a great preseason or spring training, but when it came right down to it there at the beginning of the season, he couldn't pitch more than 3 or 4 innings, and he was up. His pitch count was like 70, 80, and you can't go 3-2 with every single batter you face. You can't do that. You got to get some innings in there where you get out in 10 pitches.
Yep.
And he's not at that level yet.
Well, the average is 15 pitches an inning. So if you go past that, then it starts adding up and you get into trouble. More pitches you throw, law of averages says ultimately to the walks, base hits, and problems. So anyway, we'll see if Dino can get it turned back around. He's pitching AAA Buffalo for the Blue Jays organization from Johnson City, Tennessee. What is the latest with your man Tom Brady? I haven't heard any more. Kind of quiet over the weekend.
Tom Brady, I guess they're hoping to, I think, let's see, Shula brought out something. Don Shula, he came out and basically dished both Brady and the Patriots, saying that when he was coach that he never, ever dealt with underinflated balls, and he was always on top of his team, knew what was going on. Of course, he doesn't have a whole lot of love lost for Belichick. And I think he referred to him once prior to the Super Bowl last year when they were giving him an interview. He said, "Are you talking about Belichick?"
Belichick, Bill Belichick.
So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. It is what it is, okay, and it's not so much what happened; it's the fact that it has a lot more to do with the integrity of the game, and you got a team that pushes the envelope all the time. And nothing's ever done about it, so it happens over and over. And what's going to happen 2 years from now when another controversy comes up and it involves the Patriots? I'm sorry. Sometimes you got to take a stance and lay the hammer down, even if it's a trivial thing, and send a message. And
proof's in the pudding.
You got it. So I expect he'll have to sit down a game or two, but it's not going to be what it should be. And if they don't do anything, then all those boos that the commish got during the draft are well deserved.
There you go. Now, before we go to the break, again, it's Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday. Coming up, we'll check in with head coach Ryan Edwards of the Science Hill baseball team coming up here in a few minutes. Then the Gator Man's going to go down in flames today on the quiz show. Our topics are baseball and the NFL and the NBA. So we got 3 different categories of sports for the Gator Man. According to a report from NJ, New Jersey, NJ.com, the Department of Defense has paid 14 different NFL teams a total of over $5 million over the last 4 years in exchange for patriotic displays at games. I didn't realize they had to pay them to get them to come do it, but they do. The New Jersey Army National Guard called out, U.S. Senator Jeff Flake, a Republican out of Arizona last week, called out the New Jersey Army National Guard for the spending, which in part paid for a segment at Jets home games in which soldiers were featured on the big screen, thanked for their service and given tickets to the game. The National Guard responded by asserting that it was a useful recruitment tool. The Department of Defense paying over $5 million. Jets were joined with the Falcons, the Ravens, the Bills, the Bengals, the Browns, the Packers, the Colts, the Chiefs, the Vikings, and the Steelers in receiving multiple payouts, while the Cowboys, the Dolphins, and the Rams each were one-time recipients. The team that received the most money from the Department of Defense for this, the Falcons, over $1 million, coming their way in 5 payments.
To a team that came in last, close to it.
Is there something wrong with this, that the Department of Defense got to go out and pay these teams to do a patriotic display?
Well, it rubs me wrong, but
yeah.
I'm sure they have an advertising budget, and they can spend it where they want. But, of course, they used to sponsor a lot of the NASCAR cars.
I was getting ready to say that.
And they pulled the plug on that.
Perfect.
And all of a sudden they're sponsoring, their soldiers and Marines and whatnot through NFL teams.
They dropped Junior National Guard, and the Army dropped Ryan Newman.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Something
don't add up there. I don't know, $5 million, but let's see. Let's see if my boys are in here, any at all. The Raiders. I bet you they probably weren't. Let's see. Buffalo, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Dolphins, the Jets, the Steelers. Nope. Rams. They're all part of the – oh, and it actually breaks down how many of them did the Marines. Let's see. Army.
I bet the Marines didn't have to – they don't have to advertise.
Ho! Ho! That was good. Coming from a Marine. Now, I got chewed out one time. My father was a Marine. Of course, he's deceased. And I was on the radio back in the radio days and said, former Marine. And this lady called me up and just ripped me a new one. She said, if your father's a Marine, he's a Marine. I said, well, he's passed away. He's a former Marine. No. Semper Fi, if he's a Marine, he's a Marine. Is that right or wrong? I've never heard that.
I think the only time we can claim that we are former Marines is if we are no longer breathing.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. He's deceased.
But as long as you are walking this earth,
you're a Marine.
You are a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
That's what I thought. And so
because you can't be. I mean, if you're dead,
yeah, he's in
heaven. You can't be a Marine if you're dead.
That's what I thought.
So that's me. But
she called me up during a break and just ripped me a new one. It's like he's not a former Marine. He's a Marine. I said, ma'am, he's deceased. He's in heaven. She said, I don't care. He's a Marine. I said, okay, whatever.
Now I'll probably get flack for that too.
Have a great day, but I thought I didn't. Anyway, and you're right. The Marines were not in here. The Air Force and the Army were the only two military branches that
they need it the worst.
They went.
They need it the worst.
Navy wasn't in on it. Coast Guard wasn't in on it, and as we said, the Marines were not in on it either. So anyway, they shelled out the Department of Defense $5.4 million over the last 4 years in exchange for patriotic displays at NFL football games. So I don't know whether you think that's good or bad, like it or not like it. That's what happened, and we're just reporting that to you. So, but he says the Air Force, the Navy,
and the Marine Corps,
they
don't need to advertise as much as the others. You know, it's
now, why would you say that? From whence do you bring that opinion? Why do you think the Air? You're going to step in a big time here. Go ahead.
Well, Air Force, they sit behind desks in the air-conditioned comfort.
Okay.
You know, in the Army, I don't know how to explain it. If you want to be a soldier, you don't want to become an Army man. You want to become a Marine. You want to learn how to fight. You join the Marines. There's a reason the Marines go in first.
Holy
and it's
smokes.
not to take the brunt. It's to get the job done. So.
Horace, that's his name. Horace, if you need to call him, text him, whatever, that's okay.
That's not to say there aren't some elite Army units, but the Army in general from top to bottom, they don't hold a candle.
You're trying to dig himself out of that hole.
I'm not digging a hole. I'm telling you as it is.
Tell it like it is. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back. We'll check in with head coach Ryan Edwards of the Science Hill baseball team, see what's going on there because they got a big game today. We'll run down the entire schedule on the backside of his interview. The entire regional baseball and softball schedule today. Weather permitting, we're due to have some storms this afternoon, but if they get these games in, some are going to move on to the championship on Wednesday, and some are going to be done for tonight, and their season will come to a screeching halt this evening in local baseball and softball action. Quick break. We'll be right back. They don't need to advertise. I got you. Quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll check in with Coach Edwards right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no.
Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday, May the 11th, 2015. Baseball, big time today. A lot of games, critical games, because it's do-or-die games in baseball, AA, AAA, and Single A. We'll tell you all about who's playing where coming up for the whole schedule in a moment. But first, let's go to Johnson City's air coach Ryan Edwards, the head coach of the Science Hill boys baseball team. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing great, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Hope you and yours had a great Mother's Day weekend. And the boys getting ready to play tonight against Cherokee. Kind of give me a preview of this one at Cardinal Park.
Yes, it's going to be should be a good matchup. Two pitchers that have had a lot of success. They're going to put a guy named Ryan Gibson on the mound. He's a signee with Lincoln Memorial, I believe, and we'll have Grant Rabbits on the mound. He's a signee of Carson Newman, and both of them right-handers and strike throwers that don't give things away. You got to beat them, and so it should be a good matchup.
So Grand Rapids, obviously a good fastball. What else does he have in his arsenal?
He's his best off-speed pitch is usually his changeup. He's got a good breaking ball too. And he's a good ground ball guy because of that changeup.
They travel and you don't. So how does that become an advantage for Science Hill to not have to travel, just a normal home game routine for you guys?
Well, we're comfortable in our ballpark, and we've been talking about that a lot over the last 2 or 3 weeks because we got to host the district tournament, and I just really laid it out there to them that if we can win, can continue to stay at home. So that's our goal, and that's what we did in the district tournament. So we were able to host. If we win tonight, then we just get to continue to stay at home as long as we keep winning. Of course, that's the difficult part, but that's we're very comfortable here, and that's an advantage for us for sure.
We're talking to Ryan Edwards, the head baseball coach at Science Hill. Coach, at the plate, who's been over the district tournament? Who had a hot stick, or which guys had hot sticks for you at the plate during the tournament?
Well, the guy that's really got us going has been Willie Wind, our 9-hole hitter, who's has got some innings started for us, and then 2 big hits in each game against Dobbins Bennett was Matt Sigpen. He came up with a couple situations where we were in a 0-0 game, and the other one we were down by a run, and both times he delivered for us with 2 out hits. And those guys are both seniors, and I thought Landon's been having some really good at bats. Landon Knack, our 3-hole hitter. A lot of people kind of pitched around him a little bit, and Matt Thigpen hits behind him and has come through for us in both those situations.
So I know this is a softball question, no pun intended, or a baseball question in this case. We're talking to Coach Edwards. What is it going to take for Science Hill to beat Cherokee tonight to move into the regional championship?
Well, I mean, we're going to have to be solid defensively, because Grant is a contact pitcher, and our guys know that. I mean, we know we have to be ready defensively to make plays. At the plate, we're going to have to stay out of the strikeouts. I don't know how many exactly, but that Gibson kid had 27 strikeouts in the district tournament in 2 different games and 1 relief appearance. So, they won all 3 of those games he appeared in, Obviously, we've got to put the ball in play. We've got to stay out of that, and I think if we do those two things well, we're going to be right there, and obviously you still got to get the big hits.
You've been around this game a long time. Again, on to Coach Edwards of Science Hill. When you get out here this afternoon, they go through warm-ups. Can you read your team? Can you tell if they're quote-unquote ready? Or can you get a feel for your team just watching them in warm-ups?
Well, actually I can a little bit in BP, and right before the district tournament and going into the first game and the second game, actually, the Boone and the first DB game, I challenged them a little bit to be more relaxed, because batting practice is exactly what it is. It's practice. It's getting loose. And, and let's not, if you miss one, you don't square it up. Let's not get upset. We're just getting loose here. And the last game that we played, I thought they were really loose. Our last practice session yesterday in BP, I thought they were really loose. They're not pressing. If they don't square one up, they're just ready for the next pitch, and I think if they'll take that mentality into this game, we'll be fine. Because we are going to have some, with a guy that's a good pitcher, we're going to fail in such situations, but we've got to be able to overcome that, and to where we can mentally, overcome those obstacles to come through when we need to.
Weather may play a part into this. They're talking about chances of some storms this afternoon, so. If it gets rained out, it gets delayed, or whatever the case may. Well, let's say it gets rained out. There's a time frame. You got to get these games in, I guess, by Friday to crown a regional champion and move on to the sectional, right?
Yeah, I think actually the region, I think they tell you have to have your two teams done by Thursday, because they have to play the sub-state games on Friday and all that. But Cardinal Park's ready to go. It's dry as could be out there right now. So, if we do get into some rain, obviously it could be a delay or whatever. But we've got a lot of sure dry ready to put on, or whatever we need to do. We've got a tarp ready to put on, and so hopefully we can dodge that tonight. And even if there's a delay or whatnot, we'll hopefully be able to get it in tonight.
Absolutely. That's the name of the game, and we're pulling for you. Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck to you, and hopefully we're going to be talking to you again on Wednesday about a regional championship.
Oh, I appreciate you guys calling.
All right. Have a great day. Good luck to you, Coach.
All right.
Good man right there. Appreciate him very much. Again, the head coach of the Science Hill Hilltoppers, Ryan Edwards, and there is some storms in the forecast, so as you heard him say, tonight is the semis. Wednesday's the championship. Got to be done by Friday. Friday is what used to be the sub-state, now called the sectional. And so that, of course, springboards you to next week into the state baseball tournament, again, in Middle Tennessee. So got to get these in tonight. Here's who's playing AAA. As we said, Science Hill hosting Cherokee Cardinal Park. Dobbins Minute travels to Sevier County tonight, 6 o'clock first pitch. In AA, Unicoi County home to Granger, and a 7 o'clock first pitch. Sullivan South will be at Astros Park in Greenville to battle the Green Devils at 7 o'clock. In 1A baseball tonight, Cosby at North Green at 7, and South Green plays at Hancock County at 5 o'clock today. So we'll let you know tomorrow who wins. Loser, of course, is eliminated from the season, and the winner will move on. In softball AAA, Science Hill also at home. Lady Hilltoppers talked to Coach Higgins on Friday. They're home to Seymour. Volunteer plays at Jefferson County in AAA. Both of those start at 6. In AA softball, Granger will be at Unicoi County at 5 o'clock, just like the boys. In baseball, same two teams in Irwin. Granger girls take on the Unicoi County Lady Blue Devils at 5 o'clock. Happy Valley's ladies travel to Greenville for a 6 o'clock first pitch. And then in single A, you have Washburn at University High in Johnson City. I believe they play that with an Indian Trail over on Highway 36 is where they have been playing their games. Washburn at University High at 5 o'clock, and North Green at Cosby at 4:30. In the single-A softball, again, winners move on, losers go home. Soccer will be tomorrow. I'll tell you more about that, of course, on tomorrow's show. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Monday afternoon, May the 11th, 2015. And coming up, we got the thought for the day from Larry Kaiser. Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. But coming up next, we've got him front and center. My man, we simply call Gator, ready to go. He's in the hot seat for the quiz show. We got baseball, football, and basketball. We're going to talk to my man Gator about. We'll do that right after this. You want to take bets? He's not going to go 5 for 5. You want to roll that dice?
No.
Oh.
I think he's going to do better than you anticipate.
Oh, wait a minute. What's he say here? Gator says, I see a scoreboard change in the mix.
Oh, he does.
It might be. It ain't going to be on this scoreboard. It may be at another ballpark or somewhere, but it's not going to be up here. I don't feel good about the Gator because these are pretty tough questions. I see a scoreboard change in the mix today, he says. All right. And Horace says 8 is actually 2 zeros up on top of one another. So, but that was last week. This week is a new week.
It's not just last week. It's been there for a couple weeks.
Well, but last week. We're gonna smoke it this week, because I'm not. I'll start mine tomorrow with Richard Isaacs. Gator will get his first chance to move and change the scoreboard coming up next. Oh, by the way, the Apesters, she liked doing it last week. She said, I'll do it again. Said,
all right.
Woo, we got one going there with the Apester. Gators next on the quiz show on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance, because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you for being with us. Hello to Clark Parker at Eastman. Also, hello to Martha Hampton. Hello to Landon Owen at Bristol Motor Speedway. And also, hello to Kurt Rose and Andy Bonner from Kingsport. And also to our buddy Ken Archer listening at Eastman. We appreciate that very, very much. And we got folks. And, again, we ran into Swami at the old restaurant today. And Swami said, I'm off today, and we'll go home we'll go home today and watch and listen to the shows. Got you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Big Swami Daniel. All right, let's go to the phone. He's there. Hello, Gator man. How are you, my friend?
If I was any better, I'd be twins.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, were you excited that Ricky Fowler won the TPC, or could you care less?
No, I do like that. I like Rick. Now that he's got his hair cut. I didn't like the big wings hanging out.
Oh, was he shaggy before he got his hair cut?
Oh, yeah. He had the surfer look going on.
Now,
I think he got it cut last year.
You think his girlfriend had anything to do with that? You think that the model he was smooching on?
Well, he didn't have her when he had the long hair.
Oh, okay. So
now if we can just get him to get rid of that flat bill hat and get a regular hat. It's a work in progress.
There you go. All right, so who are you playing for today on the quiz show?
I'm going to play for the Big Swami.
Going for the Big Swami. Going to play for
Daniel.
Daniel.
Make it his day.
Yeah, Big Daniel. Saw him today with his bride, and they're enjoying a little lunch, and so Big Swami. All right, Horace, hit that quiz show music. Here we go. All right, Big Swami just got a text from him. Hello, Big Daniel. He said, thanks for the shout-out. That's my man. Guy does a great job up at the Speedway, too, during the Bristol Live show, working with Patrick and Christopher and Drew and those guys. So He's a good one. Hope he's back up there in August with us, Bristol Live, which is going to be here before you know it. All righty. Who are we playing for? Playing for the Swami Man. Are you ready? You want to start basketball? You want to start baseball, or do you care?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say you're right. It doesn't matter. But here we go. Baseball. Start it off. Let's see what we got going on here. True or false? Baseball. The Oakland A's were once the Kansas City A's. Is that true or false?
True.
True. Final answer?
Final answer.
Hit the bell. All right. Swami's off and running. All right, number 2. The Dodgers, true or false, have won the second most World Series championships behind the Yankees. Yankees first, and then the Dodgers. Is that true or false?
True.
True. Final answer?
Final answer.
Hit the buzzer. Man, you let that hang on there a little longer. That's kind
I
of.
know he did, didn't he?
Did he kind of let that thing kind of linger a little bit? A horse will do you that way.
That confident feeling I had was gas or something.
That would be the Cardinals. That'll be the Cardinals. Second most World Series championships behind the Yankees. All right. Number 3, more baseball. Stan Musial. True or false? The first National Leaguer to hit 40 home runs in a season was Stan Musial. Is that true or false?
I'm going to say false.
False. Hit the bell. All right. I thought you'd miss that one. It was Rogers Hornsby was the first one did it. So good for you, Gator. All right.
We're getting there.
There you go. Number 4, we'll switch to football. True or false, the only place kicker in the Football Hall of Fame was a former skier, was Ray Guy of the Oakland Raiders. Only place kicker in the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, that was a former skier, Ray Guy. True or false?
So you're asking not the only kicker, but the only kicker that was a skier.
Yeah, only place kicker in the Pro Football Hall of Fame that was a former skier, and we're talking snow skier, was Ray Guy. I'm looking for Ray Guy. True or false?
It's well, he wasn't a place kicker. He was a punter, so are you trying to trick me? I'm going to say false.
Okay. Hit the bell. Boy, you're overworking this. And it was John Stenerud from the Kansas City Chiefs. So.
Well, with a name like that, he had to be a skier. Oh, I tried skiing one time, but it's hard to get that boat to go straight down the hill.
Kind of hard to dodge those trees and they're pulling you down the hill on that rope, isn't it?
That's right.
I got you. Final question, pro basketball. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, true or false, played for 3 NBA teams in his career. Is that true or false?
Well, I know the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to say false.
False. Final answer?
Milwaukee Bucks and Lakers, yes.
Hit the bell. Way to go. Well,
right. 4 for 5.
4 for 5.
I told you.
It.
I told you he was going to
and
surprise you.
And you're thinking about switching to the Cardinals, and they stumped me.
Yeah. Now, do you think the Reds ought to fire the manager for what he did?
Yes.
Okay.
And for what he's not doing.
Exactly, for what he's not doing. Exactly right.
But for what he did.
They're way underachieving. Now, they got the lowly Braves coming to town for a 3-game set. Both are under 500. And I would think if they don't get things turned around, you'll see a change. But anyway.
I think I've got a little thing on the former Marine thing, too. I went to barber school with a Navy SEAL, and when I introduced him to my parents as a former Navy SEAL, he let me know real quick it's inactive.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
I like that
inactive
term.
Navy SEAL.
All right. So when I said my father was a former Marine, the lady jumped me. Was she right or was I right?
Well, being passed away, that'd be former, but according to my friend, he prefers to be called inactive instead of former.
There you go. Okay. But if mine was gone, mine is gone, so anyway,
I would have to say former in that case.
I would think so, too, because he's deceased. But anyway, Marine is still a Marine. Horace said that the marketing efforts, you don't need to do it for the Marines and the Navy. You got to do it for the Air Force and Army because they need it.
Oh, well, the Marines don't take applications. They just take commitments.
Oh. Horace's little eyebrows went up over here. You got him going. That's good.
That's a billboard on the way from Elizabethton.
They don't take, what is it again? They don't take
applications, only commitments.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that.
There you go. How long were you in, by the way?
I was just in 4 years.
4 years. Well, that's good.
Don't say just. That was.
I was going to say, 4 years serving our country, that's a good thing. All right, Gator, anything else going on? Anything else on your mind today do you want to tell us about?
Well, I'm going to be on vacation Friday and Saturday, but the shop will be open.
All right.
But other than that, there's nothing on my mind.
You said it and I didn't. I'm glad.
Boy, I tell you what, you left me wide open on that one, but I'll let you go. Now, our putt-putt practice, we have to get together and commence it because August will be here before you know it for us to get over there and play in that St. Jude's putt-putt golf tournament. So when can you schedule a practice with us?
Well, I went this past Saturday.
Oh, how'd you do?
I need to practice.
I
did real good except for one hole.
What did you shoot? What did you end up shooting?
Oh, goodness. Why did you ask me that?
64.
No, I think it was like an 88.
88.
Didn't even shoot par?
But I had a 10 on one hole.
Par's 3, isn't it?
It was 2 on that one.
So you're eight strokes over out of one hole. Yeah, we need to practice. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Now, what did you shoot last year?
I don't even remember.
No.
It didn't matter because once I saw you on your belly, it was over.
There you go. I'm now shooting pool shots. So Weinman's our 4th guy. And, they went up there and won the St. Jude's golf tournament last week. You know that.
Yeah, so we got a ringer.
Yeah, we got a ringer. We got to play. We got to step it up, play a little bit better too, because Weinman's serious. He'll get after us. We get over and jackleg around and not try hard. So we'll have to probably have a practice or two to kind of get ready. So says Coach Apester. So we'll have to work on it. All right. Well, enjoy your vacation. We'll do it again Monday, and we'll switch it around. You can ask me next Monday.
Right.
How's that?
So if you don't get the 8 this week, you won't get it next week either. Or at least on Monday.
All right, at least on Monday. There you go. All right. Hey, have a great week, my friend. I appreciate you very much.
All right, have a good one.
All right, good man right there, buddy Gator. Oh, there's the quiz show. It's been so long, I forgot who the sponsor is. American Import Auto Repair gives oil changes, but we're in a drought. We haven't had a free oil change probably in 2 or 3 weeks, if not longer. So maybe tomorrow will be a good one. Tomorrow will come around.
Yeah.
I'm back in the saddle tomorrow. Then Wednesday, Weinman's asking me. Thursday, it's you, and then Friday, Carmichael. So
okay.
Oh yeah.
Carmichael's going to smoke you again.
Yeah,
I'm loving that.
Stupid questions about
every question you miss is a stupid
right. You
question.
got that right. You're exactly right. Now, Gator went 4 for 5. I'm pretty impressed.
I told you. What did I say before you did? I said he's not going to go 5 for 5, but he's going to surprise you.
Well, but surprises could be, and Gator could be a 1 for 5 could be a surprise. So, surprise is all subjective. So.
I could tell you weren't going to give him much of a chance.
No, absolutely not. Nobody else gives me one. What am I supposed to do? I'm over here dying on the vine every day.
But they all know about you.
Yeah, obviously know about him too. 4 for 5, and I don't think. Let's see. Let me think. TT's got 5. How many does Horace have beside his name? Go ahead and tell me.
I got 1. Okay,
Uno.
but you got to qualify that. There's an asterisk besides that.
Yeah, you've only got 1 right. You've missed all the others.
No. How many times? Maybe 5 times, 6 times I've been playing. I played the games in recent weeks.
6.
Oh yeah.
You played more than 6 times. You have played more than 6 times when we started the show.
Well, you've tripled my.
We're in our 14th week. I know you played more than 6 times, but go ahead. I'm going to listen.
All right. So okay, so 8 or 9 times. Okay. I've done the quiz show.
All right.
You've done it probably an average of 3 times a week.
Okay.
All right. How many times is that? 3 times 10 is 30.
Okay.
So what's your percentage there, big guy?
I don't know. All I know is I got 5, you got 1. Percentage don't matter.
Percentage-wise, I'm probably right there with you.
Well, no, because we're not going by percentage. We're going by outright wins. I got 5. You should be in politics.
But you lose more.
Well, I may lose more, but I still got 5, and you've got 1, and Gator's got 1, and Buzz has got 1. Yeah. You need to go in politics. He's doing the spin over here.
I'd be ashamed if as many times I played that game as like you should have about a 10 or 12 besides your name.
I am ashamed.
And it's a pathetic 5.
It is. I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated. There's days I want to get out of bed. I just want to lay in the bed, the covers on my head. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with the thought for the day. And we got some college baseball cranking up. We just finished up the AAC tournament last week in Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. And we got another tournament starting tomorrow in Kingsport. More baseball. NAIA is going to be a good one. And so we'll tell you who's playing there and what's going on in Kingsport coming up next here. He's down to percentages. A desperate man, I'm telling you. 5-1's the bottom line. It's all that matters.
You want to take a break or not?
Yes, let's take a break. I'll be right back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the 3-state region. I asked owner Richard Isaacs, is there a template or is the sky the limit?
Pretty much the sky's the limit. We have a very good drawing system that you come in, tell me what you want. If you have a set of house plans that you're working with, you're building a new house, we can take it off the house plans, we can draw it up, do you 3D drawings where you can see exactly where all the doors, the drawers, the color of the cabinets, kind of get close to the color of the countertops in your drawings, go over that with you, then you can say, well, Richard, let's change this. I'd rather for that door to open the other way, or I want that cabinet to be bigger, that cabinet to be smaller. We can customize it to your needs. You know, it's all about what the customer wants. We want them to be happy when they leave here.
Kingsport Cabinetry. Call Richard Isaacs today at 247-6134.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Monday, May the 11th. 64 days into this fun and frolic. Coming up, we'll start giving away, or giving you a chance to get qualified to give away tickets to Thunder Valley for the Drags coming up next month. Father's Day weekend. We'll start that very, very soon for your chance to win tickets to go to the Drags, which is a really cool event. We'll have Brandon back on with us. He's with us every Wednesday. He'll join us later on this week from Bristol Dragway. We appreciate him very, very much. Baseball. We went last week and watched the AAC. Milligan has knocked out our local team, but the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs out of Athens, Tennessee, is in the tournament. Hunter Wright Stadium, one of 9 sites nationwide, hosting the opening round of the 2015 NAIA Baseball National Championships starting tomorrow. 45 teams playing double elimination tournaments in a bid to go to the NAIA World Series at the end of the month in Lewiston, Idaho. You know, it'd be nice. Wonder why we couldn't host them here. You could, if all the stadiums will cooperate. I mean, you have, 4 big league ballparks within a 20-mile radius, thereabouts. You got Hunter Wright Stadium, Cardinal Park, O'Brien Field for the Twins, and DeVault Stadium for Bristol Pirates. Yep. You got 4 big league ballparks. You'd have this tournament, have the whole tournament here instead of Lewiston, Idaho. Seems like it'd sound better. Tri-Cities, Tennessee.
Well, you're talking about Greenville. Which one's Greenville?
Greenville's Astro Park. You can use that one too.
Yeah.
So definitely 4 here in the immediate Tri-Cities. But anyway, they're playing baseball, trying to get to Lewiston, Idaho. Kingsport's 5 teams out of this side of the bracket. Tennessee Wesleyan, the number 1 seed. Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky. Freed Hardeman out of Tennessee. LSU Alexandria, and number 5 Judson out of Illinois, the 5 teams from this region. Now, on the other side, you have the remaining 8 sites of the opening round player in Nebraska, Michigan, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma City, and California. The field for the opening round features 29 automatic qualifiers, which would be conference regular season champions and tournament champions or tournament runner-ups, and 16 at-large teams. So conferences with 10 or more members receive 2 automatic qualifiers, and leagues with fewer than 10 received 1, which in this case we got 2. Tennessee Wesleyan is the number 1 seed coming out of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, so that's the only one going from the AAC from our region. So anyway, everything starts tomorrow. That is happening in Kingsport, and I was trying to see the schedule for tomorrow. You have LSU Alexandria taking on Judson, Lindsey Wilson and Freed Hardeman at game 2. Game 3 tomorrow, starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Tennessee Wesleyan against the winner of Game 1. So they start the process of elimination Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday, weather permitting. They'll crown the winner for the NAIA Baseball National Championships opening round for the Kingsport satellite site. And then, as we said, all those winners go to Lewiston, Idaho, the 22nd through the 29th for the NAIA World Series. So that'd be cool. I don't know what it'd take to bid on that. That'd be really neat to bring it back here to Northeast Tennessee, because we certainly have the facilities. LeBron, you see LeBron got the game change, got the buzzer beater. Did you see it in the NBA?
Yep.
Went into the huddle at halftime or at the end of the game. Coach said, "We're going to draw up this play." He said, "Just give me the ball. Let me shoot the ball, and we'll win." So he kind of superseded the coach's instructions and, okay, it's yours. It's on your back. Hits a buzzer beater out of the corner, and they win to beat the Bulls to tie the series. So LeBron delivers, which I thought was pretty cool. At the buzzer, told the coach, David Platt, said, scrap that. Take that dry erase board and set it to the side. Give me the basketball. Give me the ball. And he did. So Cavaliers and Bulls are tied up 2 games apiece. I'm sure you've been right in front of the TV watching the NBA, right?
With bated breath.
With bated breath. You got it. Not a chance. All right. Let's see. Cleveland beat Chicago 86-84 on that buzzer beater and tie game series tied at 2. And they'll play again tomorrow night in Cleveland. Clippers and Houston. We'll surprise Houston's going out with a whimper here. They're down 3-1. And so Clippers got them yesterday. Tonight, Atlanta plays in Washington. Washington leads that series 2-1. Golden State will be in Memphis. Be in Memphis, baby. And Memphis leads that series 2-1.
That surprises me.
Me too. I thought Golden State would have something for them, but I'm really surprised at Houston with the guy with the beard, Harden, and Dwight Howard. And, you know, they said they're going to sign this guy. He's the franchise. And I think he had like 6 or 7 points the other night and a couple of rebounds, got in foul trouble. So he's not been much of a factor to this point for the Rockets. And I really thought he would be the difference maker for their team to mount a charge to win the NBA World Championship, but not to be. Clippers lead them 3-1, and they'll play again tomorrow night in Houston. So that's what's happening in the NBA. Now you don't watch them?
Nope.
No, could care less.
I might watch a game or two of the finals because for some reason these guys they play a little bit more basketball than they do showboat stuff because it's for the coup de grace. But nah. I don't like to watch showboating.
No, that's pretty much what you got in the NBA. Well, the 2 pictures I've seen, these still shots in the papers over the last couple of days. I mean, they got arms wrapped around each other's necks and got their arms locked in each other. I'm thinking, it's just like not much basketball being played. Looks like it's just a lot of grabbing and pulling and tugging, and so
officiating across the board, even down to the high school level anymore. It's who can beat the other one up the best and get away with it.
That's what they're doing in the NBA. It's very obvious, just by the pictures I've seen on our local papers. All right, before we go to the break here at the top of the hour, man, it's been a fast hour. Top of the hour, we'll be right around the corner. Let me run down for you who's playing in the tennis, the regional individual tennis tournament. This is happening again. We don't have the single A, double A. We do have the triple A. So here we go. Girls singles, Josie Rogers, Dobbins-Minute against Brianna Ketron of South Doyle. Rachel Ramsey of Morristown West taking on Sarah Testerman of Dobbins-Minute. The girls singles. In the boys singles, Andrew Morton of Science Hill battling Jacob Lindsay from Jefferson County. Parker Ashford from Morristown West taking on Stone Cozart. I like that. That's a sports name right there. That's a jock. Stone Cozart. I like that. He's the singles tennis player from Tennessee High. In the doubles regional today, for the ladies, Jamison Reed and Kirsten Temple from Science Hill taking on Macy Bailey and Madison Chandler from South Doyle. Rachel Blankenship and Summer Gentry from Jeff County battling from Tennessee High, Rose Rosser and Michaela Warden. Those are the doubles going on today. All this happening at Liberty Bell Tennis Complex in Johnson City. The boys doubles, you have Matt Henson and Jacob Marshall from Tennessee High battling Nicholas Fintac, hope I'm saying it right, Fintac Fintac, and Matthew Hurton from Seymour. Grant Wallen and Jonathan Fintac. Seymour taking on Kevin Peterson and Caleb Pittman from Dobbins-Minute in the boys doubles. And all that's going on today, as we said, happening at the Liberty Bell Tennis Complex in Johnson City. So good luck to the youngsters, both guys and girls singles and doubles, participating in the regional tournament as we speak, again at the Liberty Bell Tennis Complex in Johnson City. Quick break, top of the hour is here. Woo, we've flown through this. Coming up, We'll check in with Will Greybeal, Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. If you've never been up on the zip line, we got to tell you all about the zip line at Bays Mountain Park. And also the Lady Vol softball team. They're in postseason play. They're doing a little hosting of their own. And we got a national championship team here in the Tri-Cities happened over the weekend. We're very proud of that. We'll tell you who did it and what sport they did it in. Coming up next in hour number 2 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Hey, good afternoon to you. Hour number 2 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday, May the 11th. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate you so very, very much doing that. And again, the folks who want to say hello to Tiger Brooks, ran into Tiger over the weekend, pastor at Indian Springs Baptist Church there in Kingsport, and he listened to the show. Thank you, my friend. He dials in from time to time. And, of course, you can podcast it tonight. We're live now from 1 to 3 tonight. You podcast or later on this afternoon. Horace puts it up there for you to check it out on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, YouTube, the Stitcher phone app, among others. So, or that's it. And also, of course, live streaming's up there all the time for you to go back and take a look at. And we certainly appreciate that. Also, if you get a chance, go to Tom Taylor Productions on YouTube, or live stream, I should say. Go to livestream.com, type in Tom Taylor Productions, and check out, we did it a week ago Friday night, the Sullivan South Spring Band Concert. Pretty cool. No, real cool. We enjoyed it and had a good time. And those kids are very, very talented. You got to watch them do the stool pigeon routine where they've taken 8 bar stools that you sit on, obviously, and they use it with drums, playing the top of the stools, which are all wood, and down the sides where you put your feet, and they're pounding the drums. They throw the sticks up in there and catch them, and then what's really cool, they interchange. They're still playing. They never miss a beat. It's excellent. It's one part of the Sullivan South Spring Band Concert that's up there for you to watch anytime, all the time, thanks to Burke Consulting, Burke without an E. And so that's going on. So check that out if you get a chance, livestream.com, then type in Tom Taylor Productions or the Sullivan South Spring Band Concert.
Sullivan South Concert Band.
Concert Band.
Yeah.
Just leave Spring out.
Yeah.
Sullivan South Concert Band.
Yeah, they'll find it.
All right, they'll find it. You just go find it. It's well worth it. How long was it? About an hour, I guess?
Oh, no, it's about an hour and a half.
Okay. You can watch what you want to, obviously. You can go back and click on what you want, but it is well worth the time. These kids did a great job, and so check them out. And, of course, check out the show. Facebook, Facebook and like us, and like and follow us at facebook.com/the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And again, starting very soon, we'll give you a chance to win tickets to the there you go, Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. We'll have Brandon on with us on Wednesday to talk about that, but that's right around the corner. Give you a chance to win to go to the Drags Father's Day weekend, which is coming up roughly about a month. Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to giving away those tickets to some lucky folks like we did for the Food City 500 and the Drive to Stop Diabetes 300. Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, thought for the day. The Big Easy. Just had lunch with the old boy. He's a dandy. Love him to death. Here's which one do I – okay, here we go. This is one he put a star beside. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Love it. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. That's the Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance thought for the day at 282-1389. Now, what he has for you, getting ready to travel for vacation, he's got some roadside assistance programs you can sign up for through Nationwide. Nationwide, of course, is on your side. And so here it goes. It's very basic. You can get a basic service roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Towing, ditch extraction when you're stuck in or immediately adjacent to a public road, they'll come help you. Emergency fuel brought right to your car. Battery jump starts. Lockouts, up to $100 to pay a locksmith if you've locked your keys in your vehicle. And also tire assistance, replacing a flat with a spare. They'll do all that in the basic services. 24/7 roadside assistance. Then they have the Plus service package, which is what I just told you about. Plus, the towing will go, the towing in the basic is 15 miles from where you break down. This one in the Plus service up to 100 miles when the vehicle can't be fixed on the road. Turn-by-turn directions by phone. Pre-trip map routes or routes, whichever one you call it. Detailed directions, road detour notes, mileage, and important highway information, which is very critical this time of year. A lot of road construction, and traffic's backed up, and folks are working to fill in those potholes and doing some routine road maintenance right now in the spring and summer. That is very, very important to have this pre-trip map routes to let you know where all that's going on. And then trip interruption coverage that'll reimburse you expenses up to $500 for alternate transportation, lodging, and meals when you're stranded 100 miles or more from home due to a disabled vehicle. It's called the Nationwide Roadside Assistance Program. Nationwide Roadside Assistance Program, 282-1389 is the number to call. Call our buddy Larry Kaiser from Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. And again, today's thought for the day, to get something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. That is exactly right. We appreciate him very, very much bringing you the thought for the day. We have a national champion here in the Tri-Cities. You know that?
Woo!
Milligan College. How about it? I bet you go to the mall, go someplace, go to any of these ball games today, get on the PA and say, how many folks, raise your hand, knew that Milligan College had a cycling team? And I'll bet you have very few hands pop up. Loretta Hansen and Nolan Tankersley. She won the female side, and Nolan took the runner-up in the men's cycling, and the Milligan College cycling team was crowned road race national champion Sunday afternoon in Asheville, North Carolina. Good job, guys and ladies. And so Tankersley was following the road race, but Jake King, who finished 8th, Drew Bailey, 26th, Johnny Mitchell, 29th, and then also by Grayson Brookshire. Now, the coach will be with us tomorrow on the show, and he's going to tell us how all this happens. And I don't know anything about cycling except Milligan won it. They're national champs. And I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. They earned runner-up the track cycling national championship on September the 28th. This was, and of course, they've also they actually cycle too on the road and also mountain biking. And so these guys and ladies are outstanding. They won the Southeastern Cycling Conference title to get them to the point where they could be the road race national champion Sunday afternoon in Asheville, North Carolina. So congratulations to the Milligan cycling team. I would think that'd be very, very grueling and demanding to be a cyclist, whether you're on a road racing or mountain biking. I would think it'd be very, very demanding on the old bod, wouldn't you think?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it would be very, very tough. So
you see a lot of people riding their bikes around, the
yeah,
Tri-Cities.
You really do.
It's a great place to ride, and most of those people you see riding the bikes look like they're serious about it, and they don't look like they have any fat on their bones.
No, they're pretty slim and trim.
You got that.
Yeah. First national crown in cycling. We'll talk to the coach tomorrow. Milligan College, again, the road race national champions. Sunday afternoon they did it in Asheville, North Carolina. So congratulations to, again, the Milligan College cycling program, which I think is just super, super cool. Very cool. All right. What else going on in sports? We talked to you about the TBC. Told you about Milligan. Told you about Josh Hamilton. The Lady Vol softball team. Tennessee earning a number 8 national seed and the right to host a regional in the NCAA softball tournament. That is coming up again this weekend. Lady Vols at 42-14, who fell to Auburn 6-5 on Saturday night for the SEC title game, will play Big South Conference champion Longwood on Friday night at 6 o'clock. Utah, the Lady Utes will take on the Lady Hokies of Virginia Tech at 3:30 in the double elimination Knoxville Regional. Now, if Tennessee wins this regional, it will host a super regional the following weekend. Then the 8 super regional winners advance to the Women's College World Series, begins May 28th in Oklahoma City. By the way, Tennessee's 13th NCAA tournament bid and the 12th in a row. Wow. The Lady Vols have hosted a regional for 11 consecutive years. They've been to the College World Series for softball 6 times. So the Lady Vols at home Friday night against Longwood, and then the other side of the bracket will be Utah and Virginia Tech. And those winners will play this weekend for the right to go into the Super Regional. If Tennessee wins it, they will host the Super Regional. You ever watched UT softball?
On TV.
Yeah. Pretty good. I've never seen them.
Yeah.
Fast pitch, they get after it.
Fast pitch. I tell you what's amazing to me is you go to a Little League field, and that's a women's softball field. Okay, I didn't. You have to go there and see it, to understand it. But you see this on TV and you think, well, that's a pretty good sized field. No, it's not. It's about the same dimensions as a Little League baseball field. So it's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. Went and watched a couple of games last week. Went and watched South and Abbey Valley play, and yeah, I was impressed. I don't see how their arm. They say it's easier in your arm than throwing it over top, but they do that buggy whip thing. I would think, and obviously I'm wrong because they can go for inning after inning after inning, and in fact they can come back and pitch the next day if their arm will allow them. But I would think your arm would fall off, but it doesn't. Apparently it's okay the way they do that. But they windmill that thing and they bring it. I'd like to get in one time and try and take a whack at it. So,
well, a Little League fast pitch. It's pretty, for a 12-year-old, it's pretty tough to hit. But you get a full-grown woman out there throwing a softball coming in there about the same speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, not as easy as you think.
I'd love to try it. I'd get in there, put on my Raiders ball cap, and I'd go. I'd give it a whirl. Take a couple of hacks at it, see what happens. Yeah. Now, brings up a good question. Back in the day when you did play Little League, didn't you? Little League ball?
Did I play Little League? No, I didn't.
Oh, well, then never mind. We would have shot that out of the water. We'll go ahead and get your opinion anyway.
I'll tell on myself. I played Little League 1 year.
Yeah.
And I was more interested in chasing butterflies and picking honeydews flowers than I was playing baseball.
There you go.
I was that kid that stood out in the outfield looking around saying, is the ball ever going to come to me? Nah, it ain't coming to me. What else can I get myself into?
And he's back to the infield chasing butterflies and looking for honeydew. That's what the little things you pull out of the middle of the honeysuckles.
Oh, yeah, honeysuckles.
Oh, me, oh, my.
Yeah, of course, I was, 10 years old?
17.
No, I wasn't 17.
Where's Horace? He's out in the right field with his back reaching up a little butterfly, a little monarch going by.
I grew up to play softball.
Oh, well, never mind. I was going to ask you a technical question about Little League, but that's okay.
Well, my man-child played, so I might have an answer.
All right. How do you learn to be a good hitter as a little guy? Put it on the machine and let it come at you, or let them out to use live arm? We're talking, let's see, I would say 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, that age group. Which is better for them?
You need to learn to hit the ball, period. So you go to a machine, you go to a batting cage, and you can toss the ball and hit it, into a fence or whatever. But there is no
he's chasing butterflies.
No replacement for a live pitcher, but you're not going to get a live pitcher to learn to hit the ball. You need to learn to hit the ball elsewhere.
Exactly. I think the machine's better. That way you get a chance to get the ball hit to you out there in the outfield too, because you're out there chasing butterflies looking for honeysuckle. That's going to come back to haunt you. That's going to be good.
That's all right.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to have fun with that one. Woo-hoo, that's good stuff. My boy Horace. Did the coach get on you?
I don't remember who the coach was. I don't even remember who I played for.
You don't care.
I don't care.
Did you ever catch you butterflies?
I know it was Lions Club. I think it was Lions Club.
Lions Club. Did you ever? That's great. Did you ever catch any butterflies?
I don't know.
No.
We're talking some. I was only 10 years old, Tom.
You just had a birthday, so it's been a while. Gotcha.
It's been a while.
All right. If you want to play golf, got a chance to play golf coming up this weekend for our Great Calls Mountain Region Speech and Hearing and Sertoma Club of Kingsport's 23rd Annual Golf Tournament coming up Saturday at the Cattails in Meadowview. Tee time is 8:15. Format is a 4-person team scramble with an entry fee. I can't get out of my brain. Watch you out there with your back to the infield chasing butterflies when you're supposed to be. I can see you're not even standing still. You're just out there roaming around trying to catch butterflies. Hey, boy, right fielder, stay put. Can't. Going after that butterfly. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's good stuff. Formatted for the 4-person team scramble is $320 a team. It's for a Great Calls, Mountain Region Speech and Hearing. And one of the things they do, folks have gone through a stroke or a heart attack and lost their ability to swallow or certainly to speak. Mountain Region Speech and Hearing will go back through the process and reteach them to talk, reteach them to speak, reteach them to swallow. So this is a fundraiser. It's very, very critical, and it's for a fantastic cause. They partner with Sertoma, and Sertoma partners with them. 23rd Annual Golf Tournament Scramble this coming Saturday at 8:15 at Cattails at Meadowview in Kingsport, which is a really cool course. The format, again, 4-person team scramble, entry fee of $320 per team, and the phone number to make the phone call is 246-4600. 246-4600. Tell them you're interested in playing golf on Saturday for a fantastic cause, Mountain Region Speech and Hearing. We'll take a quick break. Come right back. We'll be joined by one of our great sponsors, Will Greybeal from Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Later in the show, we'll check in with Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Cool place to go. If you've never been up on the mountain, spring has sprung. And they got this zip line we're going to talk about, the zip line. And the wolf pups. Get the very latest on the wolf pups. Got some new pups up there in the wolf habitat. We'll find out about that from Rob Cole and the zip line. You ever been on the zip line?
I said maybe when I was a kid. I don't remember.
Would you be interested in going now?
No.
As an adult?
No.
Not interested?
No.
Scared of heights?
No.
Just don't want to go?
Just don't want to go.
Got you.
At my age, the fewer endeavors I do that will tend to get me hurt, the better. I'm not saying it's not safe, but why take the chance?
First time I met Horace, there was
you're talking to a man that rides a motorcycle.
There you go. Down the highway. First time I met him, he said, in fact, Mrs. B said, if you hang around us, he said, there'll be the Horace curse. I said, really? The Horace curse. Did you or did you not say that?
Oh, yeah. And you're a believer now, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah, be honest with you, I am. I thought it was a bunch of hogwash, but the more I'm around him, yeah, there's there tends to be a black cloud kind of follow him. Oh, you got me tore up. Anyway, he's not going to do the zip line. I would do the zip line. I think that'd be cool. But anyway, we'll tell you how you can do the zip line at Bays Mountain Park. You said, I didn't know they had a zip line. That's all the more reason for us to tell you. That's why we're here. Give you some good information. The zip line is up there, and they do that on Saturdays and Sundays and on Wednesdays as well. So it's not all the time, obviously. We'll let Rob Cole tell you all about that coming up next half hour. Next, Will Greybeal from Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. If you're someone who's been out there as a weekend warrior and gotten hurt, needs a splint, a knee brace, those type of things, Will's got what you need. He'll tell you all about it coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the three-state region. Owner Richard Isaacs tells us about the business.
Kingsport Cabinetry is a locally owned hometown business. I've been here since 1999. Was in the cabinet business about 12 years before that, so I've been doing cabinet work ever since I got out of college. I've been in business almost 30 years in this cabinet business, and I like what I do. We try to give a very personal touch with our customers and clients. We do residential, we do commercial, we do about anything that someone would need. And like I say, we're hometown local, and we try to give very personal service.
Kingsport Cabinetry, where quotes are free. Call today, 247-6134, 247-6134. At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop. So it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111. Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show, 40 years, 6 locations, one family. They do it and do it right, obviously. If you've been in business, at any type of business, for 40 years, you're doing something right. On top of that, they're growing. 6 locations now: Abington, Norton, Kingsport, Bristol, Greenville, Pounding Mill, Virginia. All these you can access by simply calling 1-800-524-4447. Owner Will Greybeal is here with me. And, Will, 'tis the season, my friend. Folks are out mowing the yard, playing softball, being active outside, and sometimes those type of things, your body says you can't, your mind says you can, and sometimes they collide and people get hurt because they're trying to do things they thought they could do, they can't. So tell me how you can help folks with the orthotic side from Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics.
Definitely, Tom. Orthotics are anything that aids or supports the body, whether it's a fracture and we put a brace on for a fracture, or if it's a sprain or a strain, or if you've had a stroke or have had some sort of medical condition that would cause the body not to function normally. A lot of things we do, especially right now with soccer and baseball going on and different high school and grade school sports. Again, like you said, the weekend warriors, breaking grass now, mowing the yards, getting them ready, slip and fall, strain the knee. Had some fractures that have come in lately. Recently, we had fracture coming in for, even riding a bike now that it's getting nice outside, flipping over the handlebars and landing on the wrist and getting a crack in it. And the doctor's saying, you don't need a cast. They used to do. Now we've got splints that we put on there that can be removed. They don't stink as bad casts would. So in many instances, we're able to port the body like that and let it heal on its own, usually just a couple of weeks, and then you're good to go. Typically, if you have a back fracture, they don't do surgery, put them in a brace for about 6 weeks. They'll monitor it with x-rays, and then the body will heal itself, and it's good to go. A lot of foot and ankle injuries, turning the ankle over, running, the bottom of the foot having problems with stone bruises and plantar fasciitis. Kind of runner that's out there and understands what that's like. We do custom foot orthotics that go into the shoe, and we make those in the office and get them out to all the other locations. Anything that can support it, lets you be a normal person out there again, keeping your daily life going. You might be hobbling around on a splint for about 6 weeks, but you're back out there and you're keeping active again. Cam walkers, boots you've probably seen out in public, people in the grocery store wearing, it looks like a moon boot. Usually it's a fracture. Even if it's a toe fracture, they might put you in that. Spraining your ankle. Sometimes they'll have surgery, and the doctor will want you to have a splint after surgery to keep their repair solid until you recover from that. A lot of knee bracing from osteoarthritis for just the pain that's in there that's just worn out. Post ACL and MCL surgeries, meniscus surgeries. The goal on that one, bracing, is to help the 2 bones, the main bone, the tibia, and the femur, from moving around. So we're going to keep rotation down and keep them from hyperextending, helping the pain a lot with that, and then letting the body heal itself. We've got one gentleman that is a motocross rider, and we do custom knee bracing on him so that he doesn't have another injury. So he wears knee braces on both knees when he's riding. You'll see some athletes do that. They maybe have a weakness, and the physician wants them in that to prevent an injury. So sometimes we do that as well. See a lot of high school sports, they'll lace up the ankle, keep the football players, soccer players from turning their ankle over. Even if they don't have a problem right now, it keeps them from having a problem. That's something that most of those things, you come in the door with a prescription, you walk out, and you've been fitted that day, unless it's custom. And anymore with that kind of stuff, we don't have to do custom. There's plenty of devices out there that are off the shelf. So I think that's probably the number one thing we see this time of year. It's probably pediatrics coming in for a sprain or strain, maybe a fracture. The doctor sends them right over and says, go over there and Bristol Orthotics can fix you right up. And that's true.
They're a phone call away at 1-800-524-4447 or go to the website at bristolomp.com. Last question, what do you think separates you from the competition? They're all over the place, different folks, but kind of partial to Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, obviously. And what do you feel like separates you from the competition?
Well, what patients tell us is what we figured out is that they're not a number. They're definitely, we know them. Even if you come in that one visit, we always get the feedback that they really took the time to take care of me. I'm a talker. We'll get in there and talk about what's going on with you, with your problem, but we end up talking about family life. I'm into cars. I like outdoors, and we'll strike a conversation about what's going on in your life. And it goes beyond just, oh, hey, you're here for a splint or a leg or whatever it is you're there for. Talk about what's going on in your life. And that's what we enjoy. We're people just like everyone else that's out there. We want to know what's going on in your life. We're interested in it. But we want to know how your life is going and what it's like, because we're part of that community too. We like supporting local businesses ourselves. And when you grow up in small business, you definitely care about the future of the next generation coming along. I think that's what separates us from anybody else. It's just treating the people with respect. We don't want you to wait. We want you to get quickly seen. Our staff knows to bend over backwards to take care of you, and that's our main goal, just because that's the care we would want to be treated with as well.
1-800-524-4447. Will Greybeal and his great staffs. Again, 6 locations, 40 years in business, one family. 1-800-524-4447. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. You heard about it right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks, Will Greybeal, one of our great sponsors here at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics on this Monday. Yeah, got a couple of stories going. Let's start in college football. Michigan self-reporting 4 NCAA violations under new coach Jim Harbaugh. He's been on the job 4 months, and Michigan is self-reporting 4 secondary NCAA violations under Harbaugh, and so that's probably not a good thing. Hasn't coached a game yet, already brought plenty of attention to the program, and so again, the reporting that 4 secondary NCAA violations have occurred in the 4 months he's been on the job. And so let's see what the NCAA – he turned himself in, and so we'll see. Does that help the cause, Michigan, with NCAA? They'll go easy on him? Will they crank him up a little bit?
I don't know how severe the penalty will be, but it shows a lot of integrity on Harbaugh's part. He's coming in there and he's going to clean up that program. It's going to be done right. So I think self-reporting is a good thing. Go ahead.
Safety coach Mike Zordick spoke about the recruitment of a player, a graduate transfer from Stanford, with reporters. NCAA rules dictate the coach may not discuss a recruit until that player is signed. He's still not signed. That's number 1 violation. That was in March. Also in March, Harbaugh sent a signed Michigan helmet and jersey to a former high school classmate to help raise money to benefit suicide prevention and awareness. What Harbaugh didn't know is the money raised was used to set up a scholarship fund in the name of a student who had committed suicide. Per NCAA rules, coaches and programs may not personally donate items to help high school scholarship funds. See, we get petty about this stuff, and then the other stuff that's the obvious, they look the other way on.
You look at a Jameis Winston.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Man, oh man, I could have won money on that one. Anyway, now listen to this again. This is nuts. This is I'll just tell you, it's stupid. NCAA. Jim Harbaugh sent a signed Michigan helmet and a jersey to a former high school classmate to help raise money to benefit suicide prevention and awareness. What he didn't know is the money raised was used to set up a scholarship fund in the name of the student who had committed suicide. Per the NCAA rules, coaches and programs may not personally donate items to help high school scholarship funds. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. I mean,
I know what the intent was, but I think there needs to be some exceptions, and you need to be able to petition the NCAA. This is why we're doing it. It shouldn't be held against us for doing something that supports, something that's not what the original rule was intended to. So
now this is on the heels of the guy from Nebraska that flunked the drug testing twice. He was on marijuana before the combine. It was in the system, and they go ahead and sign him to the Cowboys, and that's okay. We'll look the other way. Yeah. Harbaugh sends a helmet and a jersey to a former high school classmate to help raise money to benefit suicide prevention and awareness, and he gets in trouble. Number 3, Harbaugh and other Michigan coaches allowed an unnamed recruit to sit in a premium seating area during a Michigan hockey game. It was not one of the seating areas that recruits are allowed to sit in. So he's in the wrong place, and so
well, that's a little bit different. That's preferential treatment for a player or a potential player to sit in a better spot. So I can see where that may have a little credibility to it as far as being a violation, but that's not a biggie, especially when it's a hockey game.
Here's the fourth one. Fourth violation involved electronic correspondence recruiting materials. I would assume that's texting. Like electronic correspondence recruiting materials that were sent to a recruit by a couple of Michigan staffers. Per NCAA rules, coaches and staffers can send such materials to potential recruits, but they must remain private. There's your 4 violations. Now, is that any of those 4 or the 4 together bad enough or severe enough to come down on Michigan for doing it?
I think they'll have some sort of reprimand, but that's not an egregious situation there. But, it shows, again, that the Harbaugh, hey, I've noticed something here that's not right. We want a squeaky wheel. We want to be clean. So this is what we're going to do. If they hadn't have self-reported those, my guess is never would have been found out, unless someone ratted on them. So, it's crazy.
It's so petty, so nitpicky. I mean, and some of those were certainly need to be told or come down on him. But and this guy says, give him the death penalty over that.
Oh, give me a break.
Give me a break. But now the other, but on the other side of the coin, we're talking about case in point, the guy from Nebraska went on to get drafted with the Cowboys. He's smoking dope. It was in his system during the combine. He knew it, and that's the guy that got drafted with the Cowboys. Now he wants the Cowboys to have somebody go around with him when he's off the practice field to keep him out of trouble. Now you take that versus what this guy, Harbaugh sending a helmet and a jersey to a former teammate, classmate for a suicide prevention fundraiser. Okay.
I'm telling you that this it's just not right. I mean, it's just so out of whack.
It is out of whack.
So out of whack.
You're exactly right. I would agree with you. All right. A follow-up story to earlier in the show, talking about the Defense Department spent $5.4 million over the last 4 years on getting 14 NFL teams to show support for the troops. Well, it may not seem like a big deal to New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. He just spent over $82,000 of taxpayer money at Jets and Giant games over the course of 2 seasons. So now they said, scroll down here to find out what the money was used for. I'm almost scared to do it.
Suite rentals, food.
Good grief. All right, let's see here. Christie's most notable spending spree occurred during the 2010-2011 NFL football seasons at MetLife Stadium. Let's see. The governor traditionally enjoys free use of a luxury box for games and other events at the government-owned venue, but food and beverages cost extra.
$82,000 worth?
Christie used a debit card on 58 different occasions to run up a total of over $82,000 taxpayer money to wine and dine folks, again, at ball games.
This is going to be on Jimmy Fallon. You know that, don't you?
It's on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, too. Come on, man. This is like nuts. So, what do you do? I mean, what do you do to him? Or can you do anything to him?
Well, I mean, if you're a Democrat and you're running for president, I guess that can be held against him as far as integrity goes if he's going to be a candidate. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, it's water under the bridge, but, I mean, it just shows that these people – when they're in positions of power and whatnot, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever, at some point it gets to your head and you start spending money, and it's not really your money to spend to begin with.
Yeah.
And I just –
the old Travis Tritt song, 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
I'm telling you, it just the whole system needs to be completely redone, but what are we going to redo it with? I mean, it has so far it's stood for over 200 years. But
what's the name of your quarterback in San Francisco? Kaepernick,
yeah.
Supports Tom Brady and what happens. It's okay. No big deal.
Peyton Manning says he's a close friend. He refuses to comment.
Wow. Okay. Well, that ought to get some attention from some people in Tennessee that are big fans of Peyton Manning. So he just is non-committal either way, right?
He won't. They've questioned him, and he says Tom Brady is my friend, and I will not comment. Enough said. That's it.
I got one more story here, and we got to go to the break because Rob's waiting on us. Rob Cole. Mayweather says, wonder why, Mayweather. I get more love overseas than I do in my own country. He says there's a bias against him in America. The undefeated fighter sent in a video Saturday. He thinks he gets treated better when he goes overseas than he does in the United States. So at the end of the day, they still look at me as a beep. And so the champion also noted he's still undefeated in his professional career. You cannot knock my talent. When we get in the ring, I don't care what you all write, what you say. It's just me and him one-on-one. Just because I've had no difficulties, I made mine look easy and everybody else's was hard. They want to say, oh, Floyd never fought anybody.
Mayweather has a yellow streak down the back of his shirt because he runs and plays a defensive, he does a defensive fight. I had 2 people over the weekend come up to me, say, did you watch that fight? And I said, no. Says, well, I watched it the other night. It was a replay. And I think it was one of the free replays on one of the networks. And he says all he did was run around. He says he ran away from the guy, from Pacquiao, the whole fight. And when Pacquiao got close, he put him in a hug, to tie him up.
Mayweather says he beat him 100 out of 100 times they boxed. He said, I beat him. We fought 100 times. Pacquiao beat him 100.
If you're running from him, 15 rounds of running away, come on. Man up.
Ho! Boom. All right, man up. We're going to man up to a break. We'll come right back. Rob Cole's going to join us coming up next in Bays Mountain Park. If you like the wolves, they got the wolf habitat and got the pups. Get an update on the pups. And also the zip line. The horse says he won't do the zip line. I may do the zip line. We'll check in with Cole coming up next here. Ho! He says man up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Got baseball coming up today and softball. Again, let's run them down for you. Baseball, Cherokee at Science Hill, Dobbins Minute at Sevier County. Elimination game losers done for the season. And AA, Granger at Unicoi County. Sullivan South plays at Astros Park in Greenville tonight. And 1A, you got Cosby at North Green and South Green at Hancock County. Softball, AAA, Seymour at Science Hill. Volunteers ladies go to Jeff County. In AA, Unicoi County hosting Granger. Happy Valley goes to Greenville. And Single A, Washburn at University High. And Cosby hosting North Green. We'll let you know who wins tomorrow and who's still alive in postseason play in Tennessee baseball and softball. Cardinals still the best team in baseball, no question, and he's one of the best fans and biggest fans they've got. Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Big T, you better believe it.
Which part? You're a happy camper, Cardinals are best, or you're their biggest fan?
All the above. All the above. Definitely a good day to be a Cardinal fan. We lost our first series. I did not realize this. And, of course, bear with me. I know people think I'm glutton. I'm not. But we lost our first series this past weekend, first series of the year. Man, I couldn't believe that.
Where's that crybaby thing?
I think we had won our 9 first series right out of the gate. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, go ahead. I know you got a Reds fan over there, too.
There you go.
Got
that out of the way. 22-9 they are. No tears over my side of the microphone, I can tell you that. Good grief, they're a solid ball club. So off today, open up a series tomorrow night in Cleveland against the Indians. And so Rob's a huge Cardinal fan. I'm not that far away from joining the Cardinal fold if things don't change quick for the Red Legs. Hey, tell me about the zip line. The zip line's up at Base Mountain Park. It is a cool thing to do. And tell us about the zip line, would you please?
Yeah, talk about a hit. There's a popular item right out of the gate. We've also had a great spring with our zip line ride. And to that effect, I want to make sure that your audience knows that we have extended spring zip line hours for the summer. In previous springs, we've had at 3 and then again at 4 o'clock. And we're still doing that this year, still open at 3 and 4. Now we've added weekend service, which is really what everybody wants anyway, but we weren't able to do due to scheduling and whatnot. The core part of our business, of course, are schools, and so taking care of that through the weekdays prevented us from being able to creatively schedule for the weekend. But we've got that taken care of now, and our zip line is available Saturday at 2, 3, and 4 o'clock, and again on Sunday at 1, 2, 3, and 4 o'clock. So added weekend opportunities for the zip line. We hope folks will come out and take advantage of that. It's just $10 per person per ride. Of course, all rides, all zip line available opportunities are certainly weather permitting, of course. But lots of fun. It's been a great facility for us. The whole ropes course and zip line facility has been just a perfect fit up here. We're able to do both team building and some outdoor work that fits our mission perfectly. And so we hope folks will enjoy the same. Come on up. Again, hit the zip line Wednesdays at 3 and 4 o'clock, and Saturday 2, 3, and 4, and Sunday at 1, 2, 3, and 4.
How high up are you, and how far do you ride on the zip line at Base Mountain Park?
It's a 300-foot zip line, which means you're going really just a little bit longer than that, a little bit more than a football field. It's a lot of fun. Goes fast. At your highest point, you're at about 38 feet up in the air.
Well, that's not all that bad. I mean, it's high enough, but that's not like you're way, way, way up there. But 38 feet's plenty for me. So 38 feet, zip line, $10 a ride, weather permitting, again, at Base Mountain Park. Again, the Tennessee's largest city-owned park. The website, by the way, is basemountain.com. And so the zip lines are there. Tell me about the Wolf Pup. What's the very latest on them?
Yeah, we are, me and you dabbled a little bit in this area here for the last little bit. Of course, for the past several years, the wolves have garnered quite a bit of attention, and I'm glad to say we have a naturalist on her way to Minnesota to retrieve 3 more wolf pups from the Minnesota Wildlife Connection. And hopefully we'll be returning sometime this coming weekend. We don't know exactly when. Obviously it's not one of those situations where you can load pups into a crate and overnight them via air. We drive up, we spend some time bonding with the pups, and once that bonding process has begun and we're at a comfortable stage, then we'll load back up in the van and head down together essentially as a family. And, that's one of the reasons that we enjoy the wolves so much. I think from not just from a conservation and preservation standpoint, the story that so beautifully tells on that side and why they're important to our ecosystem. But, we learn so much about family just from observing a wolf pack, and really that's where it begins, the journey home. So the wolf pups will be here hopefully sometime this weekend, and then by Monday, actually this time next Monday, we should have 3 pups that volunteers and staff are sitting with round the clock, 24 hours a day for the next 3 months until it's time to introduce them to the existing pack. Pretty excited. This is going to increase our pack size to 10 total wolves, which is the highest it has ever been. and worked beautifully when we had that many wolves. We had a dynamic, if you will, of age ranges, and of course that means we're also fulfilling every area along the hierarchy of the wolf family, from alpha male to the omega male, and so we're really excited and anxious to get them back and get them here and see this whole process begin. It's as we talked about in the past, it literally is a summer-long process. Literally takes us 3 months from the time we get them to the time that we can introduce them to the pack, and safe to say we love every minute of it.
We're talking to Rob Coe from Base Mountain Park. Again, you can go up there on the mountain. It's right there at the Meadowview exit on 26. Register online at basemountain.com. Check things out. We're talking about registering. Tell me real quick about the Summer Fun Day Camp. Are they all full? You still got some openings for the little people to come up on the mountain and enjoy day camp?
Yeah, still have some openings. Definitely would recommend folks to sign their children or grandchildren up quick, however. Definitely is filling up quickly. But, yeah, Summer Day Camp will begin first week of June. We'll finish basically the last week of July, so that's 9 total weeks. We've got 2 age groups, one for kids entering 1st through 3rd grade this coming fall, and the other age group is for kids entering 4th through 6th grade this coming fall. And boy, it's an action-packed week of fun. Of course, it's filled also with some learning opportunities. As with most summer day camps, going to have some games and crafts, and we'll do everything we can to create memories that'll last a lifetime for these youngins. Obviously, here where we're located, one of the big goals we have is to simply get them outdoors, get our attendees comfortable with the outdoors, and so it's a blast. Kids have fun. In fact, we'll have kids this year already. We've got those signed up for multiple weeks to come and enjoy it, and that's not unusual. And that's very humbling and very honoring when people do that. That tells us we're doing something right, and I hope that we always do. We like to listen to our parents, grandparents, and the feedback they give us. That helps us so much to understand what we need to do to help serve their families. And so look forward to doing that again for a week. Grandchild. Of course, a family membership is required, and that's an additional $35 cost if you don't already possess a membership. So you're still looking at just a total of $90 for an entire week of summer day camp. And we think by any standard that's pretty doggone affordable in this day and time.
You got it. Hey, great report, my friend. Thank you. The zip line, the summer day camp, both of those you can find out more at basemountain.com, and also the Wolf Pups coming in, and we'll find out more about them when they get back in, when they get in here from Minnesota. Rob, great report, my friend. Have a great week. Go Cardinals, and I'll talk to you next week, all right?
Hey, appreciate it. Love that sound. Go Cards, Tom.
Oh, that's my buddy Rob Coe from Base Mountain Park. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. He joins us coming up next to what's going on in the bookstore right after you hear this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the 3-state region. Owner Richard Isaac says there is no charge for his quotes.
All of our quotes and drawings are free. I know a lot of the national chains, big box stores and stuff, and I understand they have to charge a price to come out and measure and do a quote, but here at Kingsport Cabinetry, we do all that for free in hopes that our service is good enough. I always tell people this, Tom. I say, You can go anywhere in this town and get a product like I have, but find somebody you're comfortable working with. If you're not comfortable working with me, find somebody you are comfortable working with, but I can guarantee you we'll give you the service. We have a full shop back here that we do custom work, and I'll just move on a little bit. We get into commercial work. We do a lot of commercial work, a lot of healthcare, a lot of restaurants, banks, schools, things like that too.
Kingsport Cabinetry. Call Richard Isaacs today at 247-6134.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday. Again, hope you had a great Mother's Day weekend. Let's go to the phone. He's there, our buddy Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Mother's Day's over, so if you've been to a restaurant and had something to eat, come on by the store and get your mother a book, mystery story. Or even now, mothers are buying Western. So we've got a tremendous selection of all that.
We're talking to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse. Memorial Day weekend right around the corner, the first big holiday of the vacation season, and a lot of folks going to be grilling out. What kind of cookbooks do you have there at Book Lovers Warehouse?
It's just like our gardening books. I've got every type of cookbooks you can imagine. The kind of cookbooks I like personally are the kind they're on 3-ring binders. You can lay them out flat while you're cooking. You can follow the directions. We've got a lot of that. We've got books on... I just put a book online, take 4 ingredients and make a meal out of it. And I've got those in the store, too. So I've got all the Betty Crocker and all the diabetic and all the type of cookbooks you can imagine if you have certain needs. And I think it's worth coming to the store just to look at the cookbooks.
We're talking to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. How do you get to the store? It's very easy. It's between Johnson City and Jonesboro, right down from Walmart, and you can turn right there at the Sonic Drive-In, turn right in, and it's right beside Harbor Freight Tools. And Bob's school winding down. A lot of schools having graduation this weekend, so schools are not that far from getting out. So this summer...
Oh, I have everything you can imagine, from kindergarten up to college students. I have what's important, especially for boys. You get them reading early, get them interested in mysteries, get them interested in adventures, and all of a sudden, once they start reading, they'll have no problem when they go back to school reading the assigned work. They'll have no problem picking up a book. It's just a great thing is to come in there and find out what kind of a book your son is interested in. Is he interested in sports? Is he interested in adventure? Get your son a book on cooking. I think every man should know how to cook, because if you're ever going to find a wife and you can tell him you can cook, boy, you have made 3 notches on her list. so come on in and see what we got in children's books. And I talk about children, I'm talking about young people from kindergarten up to college. We've got stuff for everybody in there.
We're talking to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. He joins us a couple of times a week. Bob, baseball, of course, it's a national pastime, and baseball is going to kind of take center stage over the next couple of months till football cranks up. And you got some great baseball books at Book Lovers Warehouse. Tell me about it.
I not only have great baseball books, I've got great baseball history books. I've got baseball books about the history of baseball from the 1890s to the 1990s and so on. If you're interested in baseball, if your boy's interested in baseball or your husband, come on by and just see what we got in baseball. It's just a neat thing to be able to pull out a book showing every great hitter and every great player that's been around for the past 75 years or 100 years. Or we've got some biographies of contemporary baseball players, and we've got books on how to manage a baseball team. So come on in and see what we got. Sports section in the store is underappreciated. Everybody loves mystery. Everybody loves science fiction. Everybody loves romance. But I've got some sports stuff in there that I think that anybody who enjoys sports, and people around here do, you'll find it very fascinating.
We're talking to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. We're asking this periodically. Bob, what do you feel like separates your store from the other used bookstores in the region?
I think it is the amount of books that we get in on trade from people, and we appeal to them to bring in the most interesting books they have or whatever they've been inherited from their grandparents or their uncles and their aunts and bring them in for trade, and we do take more than anybody. We've got a competitor that I ended up buying about 4,000 Civil War books because whenever they took in a case of Civil War to my competitor, he'd take one or two of them. Well, I bought them all. And so subsequently, we've had a great selection of Civil War. So if you have something that's interesting and you want to trade it in, bring it in. And if you have anything you need to replenish or complete a list or system of books, you come in and see what we got. You'll be surprised. I see stuff every day come through that register that I've never seen before in my life. It's just amazing the amount of books in that store. So come on by and see what you can find, and leave yourself at least an hour if you can. It's hard to get people to have that kind of free time, but if you can, you'll really enjoy the store.
And he's open 7 days a week in closing. Tell me the hours are open at Book Lovers Warehouse.
Okay, we open at 10 o'clock in the morning. We stay till 7 o'clock at night. Sunday, we'll open at noon, and we stay until 5. It's right next to Harbor Freight. If you've got something to trade, bring it with you, and we'll be there 7 days a week.
There you go. He's open 7 days a week. Bob, continue it, my friend. Sell, and I'll talk to you Friday, all right?
Fair enough. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, great job again, our buddy Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. You heard about it right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday, May the 11th. Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Cookbooks, got a bunch of them. Now, do you cook? You cook. You cooked some ribs by the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Chili, ribs, spaghetti.
That's your 3?
Steaks.
4?
Chops.
Oh, yeah. 5?
Anything grilling.
Grilling is good. Absolutely. So let's run down for you the unofficial field for the All-Star race coming up this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Junior's going to be in it. He won the event in 2000. Kevin Harvick won it in 2007. Brad Keselowski, 2012. Carl Edwards won it in 2011. Kurt Busch won it in 2010. Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin have yet to win it. Jeff Gordon won the event in, good grief, 95, 97, 01. He was the champion. The points champion, we know that. But he won this event in 95, 97, 2001. Jimmy Johnson won the event 4 times, 03, 06, 2012, 2013. Also in the mix, Eric Amarola. Also Matt Kenseth won the event in 2004. And A.J. Allmendinger is also in the field for the All-Star race coming up this weekend. Tony Stewart won the event in 2009. Jamie McMurray, who won it last year. Casey Kane, Ryan Newman. Kane won it in 08. Newman won it in 03. And so those are the folks that are in for sure, ready to go for the All-Star race coming up this weekend. Now you have until the 16th, which is, Saturday? Fans have, let's make sure we get this right. Polls are in for the 2015 Sprint fan vote, and the unpredictability will take center stage to the NASCAR Sprint All-Star race on Saturday, May 16th. So it closes at 7 o'clock this Friday night, May 15th, one day before the green flag. For the first time in the program history, votes shared via Facebook and or Twitter will count as double towards the driver's total. You can vote daily with a maximum of 1 vote per day per unique email address by downloading the NASCAR mobile application, or just go to NASCAR.com/Sprint Fan Vote. So voting stops on the 15th, All-Star race on the 16th. So I guess everybody's going to be in Charlotte just kind of hanging around, the ones that are going to be on the bubble, and say, hey, Horace, you're in. They voted you in. I guess that's when you get geared up and ready to go. So, anyway, that's what's coming up this weekend. You can vote, as we said, until Friday night at 7 o'clock. NASCAR.com/Sprint Fan Vote. And you can vote, as we said, daily with a maximum of 1 vote per day per unique email address by downloading the NASCAR mobile application. So there you go. So who do you want to win it? You care? You take the All-Star race seriously?
Stuart Haas.
Okay. Tony Stewart? Smoke?
Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe you'd deviate a little bit and get somebody else. All right. Who am I going to cheer for? Kyle Busch is not in it.
Well, Stuart Haas.
No.
Smoke.
No. I want to get a winner.
You want to get a winner, yeah. Then why are you supporting the Raiders? You open the door.
Raiders? That's not NASCAR. No.
I don't care. You want to support winners. You're not supporting a winning team.
Oh, he's going on a rabbit trail. No, I'm talking
There
about
ain't
NASCAR.
no rabbit trail. I'm telling it as it is. Those are facts, big guy.
All right, we're ready to go. The show's over. It's been a fast show. I think we'll go with Jamie McMurray. I like that guy.
Whatever.
Yeah, McDonald's, #1 McDonald's Chevrolet. And you boys have been making – I've been taking the hits over this Raiders team. You see if we don't turn things around this year. I'm going on the record. We'll beat the Titans in Nashville. We'll beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. You can take it to the bank. It's over. It's going to happen. Now, they may not win anything else, but they'll win in Nashville.
Well, they may not win it. That's
they'll win
about
in Pittsburgh.
You just called it.
There you go. They may not win another game.
They're going to have first-round draft pick next year.
But you told me last week the Titans they're going to drub them. They come to Nashville. It ain't going to happen. The Raiders will beat them in Nashville, and the Raiders will beat them in Pittsburgh. So I think Wyman and I are going to see them. He told me to go on a road trip, see the Raiders. I don't think you'll go, so no, he ain't going because I'll be dressed in black, baby, the Raiders. In fact, I'm getting ready to order a T-shirt off the Raiders website. Says, "Real men wear black." Big Raiders logo right here. Super cool.
Real men wear black.
And also, I'm going to get me some Raiders Crocs. Love my Croc shoes. I'm going to get me some Raiders Crocs. They're on sale, by the way. They're marked down.
It's the only reason you're buying them.
That's exactly right. They're on sale. You got it. We're out of time. I want to say thanks to Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, again with a thought for the day, and it is, as we told you one more time, to get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. It's a great, great line. Also, Book Lovers Warehouse, we heard from Bob. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, we heard from our buddy Will. Kingsport Cabinetry, Jim Klein, American Import and Auto Repair, heard from all those folks today. The Bristol Dragway Gang, appreciate you. Cherokee Barbershop, Gator, 4 for $5, but no cigar, but a good day. Max Medicine Mart, just heard from Rob Cole, Bays Mountain Park. Center Street Wealth Management Group from Wells Fargo, our buddy Greg Taylor. And, of course, the Apester and Spencer and Tommy and the folks at Bracken Asphalt Maintenance and Paving. Out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We're back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll podcast these tonight. You can go back and watch it and listen to them. Go ahead and hit it. We're rolling. And you can go to iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher phone app, YouTube, all those ready to go. We'll be back live tomorrow at 1 o'clock from 1 to 3 here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you so very much for giving us a listen. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Have a great Monday. So long, everybody.